Ok, ¿qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están? Tenemos en este momento una información de última hora. Hay una gran presencia policial frente a una iglesia católica en Minneapolis, Minnesota, donde se reportan múltiples heridos graves y varias. La iglesia también alberga una escuela. Las autoridades han cerrado las carreteras y rampas cercanas. La escena está repleta de agentes del orden, una abrumadora cantidad de agentes. Las autoridades lo describen como un incidente con muchas víctimas. Sí, señores, la Casa Blanca seguirá monitoreando esta terrible situación. Por favor, únanse a mí para orar por todos los involucrados, ha indicado el presidente Donald Trump hace minutos. He sido completamente informado sobre el trágico tiroteo en Minneapolis, Minnesota, hace minutos. El FBI respondió rápidamente y está en el lugar de los hechos. La Casa Blanca continuará monitoreando esta terrible situación. Sí, amigos. El tirador en la iglesia y en la escuela católica de Minneapolis estaba vestido completamente negro y armado con un rifle. 20 víctimas, respuestas a víctimas masivas, los bomberos aportan más recursos, el FBI está en la escena, presencia masiva de la fuerza del orden, sospechoso aparentemente fallecido, y la llamada llegó a las 8:27 de la mañana, hora local de los Estados Unidos. Sí, señores, un tirador activo en la escuela católica en Minneapolis. El sospechoso falleció. El presidente ya está al tanto sobre esta situación. Según se informa, este tiroteo ocurrió durante una misa de toda la escuela, desde el preescolar hasta el octavo grado. Hay más de 320 estudiantes presentes. Sí, señores, el tirador está contenido y no hay ninguna amenaza activa para la comunidad en este momento, dijeron funcionarios de la ciudad. Se cree que el sospechoso falleció por una herida de bala autoinfligida. A la escuela asisten estudiantes desde el preescolar hasta el octavo grado. Se vio a una pequeñita vestido con su uniforme saliendo de la escuela sosteniendo las manos de sus padres. El gobernador del estado, Tim Walz, dijo a las autoridades estatales que están en el lugar respondiendo sobre esta situación. El presidente llama a que todos oremos por lo que se está desarrollando. Dan Bongino, el subdirector del FBI, dice lo siguiente: el FBI está al tanto de los informes provenientes del FBI Minneapolis y nuestros agentes se dirigen al lugar de los hechos. Proporcionaremos más información tan pronto como sea posible. Esta es la situación. El Departamento de Policía de Minneapolis compartió un mensaje en la ciudad de Minneapolis confirmando que no hay ninguna amenaza activa en este momento, pero que la situación se está desarrollando, señores, y es bastante trágico. Vamos a escuchar en este momento el informe que trae Fox News sobre esta noticia. Escuchemos.
Paul and Bill, let's go to CB Cotton. She is live with more. It's in early stages of this story, CB, but what can you tell us?
Hey, Bill. Hey, Dana. Good morning. Such sad news that we're learning. So, our local Fox affiliate report said the Annunciation Church in South Minneapolis, where this is all unfolding, has a school for students who are in kindergarten through 8th grade. And, the Fox affiliate says that school indeed started on Monday, which makes this really, really heartbreaking. The Fox affiliate also reports that Mass is on Wednesdays at 8:15 local time there, and students were reportedly in Mass at the time of this shooting. I can also tell you that a reunification zone has already been set up for families of children at the school, and right now first responders are on scene, are urging families to go to that reunification zone if they have questions. Obviously, you have a lot of parents who are probably there on scene, very worried, anxiously awaiting news on their children. And I want to go to some really disturbing details from the Star Tribune. This is a big publication in Minneapolis who says multiple people who live in the area reported hearing a lengthy burst of gunfire. Some people told the outlet that they heard so many shots fired off. They thought work was being done on nearby homes. And this outlet is also saying police are currently escorting parents and children to the school's basement. They've seen people crying, running towards the scene. So just, a tragedy that's currently unfolding here in Minneapolis. And this shooting appears to be the latest in a string of violent incidents in this city since Tuesday afternoon. Yesterday, another shooting killed one person and injured 6 others. And now, less than 24 hours later, we have this unfolding where parents are potentially waiting to hear some of the worst news of their lives. Again, no confirmed totals on a number of people who've been killed, but we are certainly monitoring social media channels, waiting to hear more from law enforcement who are there on the ground. Back over to you.
CB Cotton, thank you. Go ahead and stand by for us. Paul, we just heard CB talking about it there. Also, our Fox affiliate, Fox 9 KMSP in Minneapolis, reporting the same. They're reporting that witnesses in the neighborhood heard a, quote, tremendous volume of gunfire, so much so that you heard CB mention that one neighbor thought it was somebody doing roof work on their house. There was so much banging. Again, Fox News has not independently confirming that coming from our Fox affiliate, Fox 9 in Minneapolis. Your thoughts on hearing that, though?
So, once again, I go back to the fact that this is a school that only goes up to 8th grade, and when you're talking about semi-automatic or automatic gunfire, I start to go in my mind, just based on very limited information here, that this is very outside in. It's not a student, it's somebody who's targeting this school specifically. It is a Catholic school. I can't help but have my mind go back to the shooting in Nashville that targeted the Covenant School. We had that shooter in that case, Audrey Hale, seems to have targeted that school for an ideological reason.
Had gone to the school.
So do we have something like that here again? Again, that is speculation. I want to be clear on that. If in fact the shooter is mitigated here, isolated and contained, shot, wounded, potentially DOA, what'll happen now is you're morphing into the aftermath. You're morphing into obviously dealing with the families, notifications, setting up grief counseling for the students, things like that. But also, let's remember something else. You got a crime scene.
We have this little boy walking out here, being held by his father, maybe an older brother, walking along with the mother. And what a traumatic way to start the school year for this community. The school kicked off at 8. The mass started at 8:15, and there's a report that I'm getting here from local media that the shooting apparently started around 8:30 a.m. So, everybody was there in place if they were on time.
And Paul, is there anything to be read into here that there's a whole lot of ambulances on scene, but we're not seeing a whole lot of them leave?
Oof, you could, I suppose. Now, it's entirely possible that those who were most seriously wounded were, like I said earlier, either immediately evacuated to a trauma center, or in some cases, the police won't even wait. Put the kid in the car, and you're out the door. But in this instance, if they're there, you could read into it that they're treating people at the scene, and as a result, they don't need to rush to an emergency room. It's very hard to read the tea leaves on
a whole lot
like that.
obviously happened before the media cameras got up, right?
Exactly.
So there's a lot that happened before these live cameras were up. But what we are seeing now is obviously a lot of ambulances there, huge law enforcement response. We continue to see these appear to be parents trickling in and leaving the area with their young children, like what you're looking at right here. And you can just imagine how happy those parents are to have those kids flanked with them, knowing that they're okay.
You know, Paul, one of the things that you were there on 9/11 as NYPD, and in the aftermath for the many weeks after. And one of the discussion points at that time was, can we, should we, how could we harden soft targets?
Right.
And schools being some of the softest targets, right? And not the only ones. We had here in New York the shooter that went into the Blackstone building. We see a family there, a young girl being comforted by, it looks like maybe her mom and dad. You know, there's schools all over the country that are going back this week, and I know this is on a lot of people's minds. They have a plan, but is there anything else you think that these schools should be doing?
Yeah, I mean, we always go to this talking point, don't we, afterwards, with saying, like, you know, what could have been done? Should there have been a guard there? You know, should there have been an armed guard there? Does that help, or does it create a certain atmosphere? I've been an advocate in the past of the fact that they should consider hiring armed guards in these schools, and they should be ex-cops. Cops, very often, what they miss when they retire, they miss the mission. They want to still be involved. They want to be helpful. They're trained in firearms. They tend to be good with kids because they've had a lot of those kinds of experiences.
And here we have, sorry, I just want to show you this video here. Our camera was just able to see, it looks like, I'm sorry, he's obviously trying to study this camera, but a lot of